Every case starts the same way. Somebody sees something they can't explain. A broken part, a mystery on the shop floor, or a crime scene where the truth is hiding in plain sight. The clues are always there. Angles, tolerances, geometry. You just need the right tools to see them.
Hi, I'm Travis Egan of IMTS, and while this may look like a crime scene, I'm actually standing in one of the classrooms at Fullerton College in Southern California.
Where solving problems starts just like a crime scene, with curiosity, evidence, and the right tools. The students here at Fullerton learn to digitize everything from microns on a machine part to the entire building in a crime scene, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with the same tools you'd find in a manufacturing site. And that's why we are here, to see for ourselves how Fullerton's two innovative programs are not only preparing students for high-demand careers, but also setting the standard of modern technical education. What if the next breakthrough in manufacturing or forensics is happening in a community college classroom?
Go!
Letty, it's really nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm happy to be here. Actually, I'm extremely excited to be here. I've spent 30 years of my career in the manufacturing technology space, job shops, aerospace manufacturing, things like that. But now I get to go to a new world, the Fullerton College Forensics Crime Scene Lab. So you're involved with this. Tell me a little bit about that. Tell me about yourself and your career.
Well, I've been in law enforcement for 25 years. I've been working at the Fullerton Police Department for 25 years. And then I was involved with the department forensic unit for about 15 years. And then finally the last 5 years, I've been the supervisor for that unit. And during that time, I was asked by the college to come and present several times to guest speak about my career. And throughout those interactions, I got to speak to one of the most amazing instructors here at the college, Kelly Robertson. I'd like to give her a shout out. And she and I started to brainstorm on ideas on how to start a forensics certificate here at the college and bring what we have to the students here.
So in the job shop, we use technologies like scanning to understand the quality of the part and the process that we're using with manufacturing. How are you leveraging these technologies in a forensic crime scene?
We thought outside the box and kind of what we saw the future of it being. And when we decided, okay, we want to develop some future academy, we decided, okay, what can we incorporate to that? And since CSI is a merge of biology, sciences, and technology, we decided to bring technology into our courses and into our lectures. Yeah. And we started with simple cameras, and next thing you know, we're working with the scanners, the Hexagon Leica to-go pulse scanner, which is amazing. And we started to bring that into our classes, introduce it to our students. So by not only knowing the forensic basics, they're learning technology that will kind of advance or have them stand out in the application process. And mentioning something like the students having experience with a scanner, with a digital scanner, it's gonna give them a big boost. And that's the kind of idea that we envisioned when we started the program here.
What always fascinates me is how innovation inside manufacturing often ripples far beyond the shop floor, influencing fields no one would have predicted. So I wanted to sit down with Daniel O'Brien of Fullerton's Machine Shop to hear how he'd be preparing students for an industry that's evolving at an incredible pace.
We teach students the fundamentals of manual machining, all the way to advanced manufacturing, using CNCs, using software like a SpreeCam, all the way to the metrology side, where we're verifying the results by using Hexagon's Romer Absolute arm with laser scanning technologies, coordinate measuring machines, and such. So we always start students out with the fundamentals, but then we move them on to more advanced measuring technologies so they can see the difference and the advantages of modern measuring technology.
What would you say sets Fullerton College's program apart from others, or would be a good basis for others to learn from in workforce development?
Strong fundamental training in manual equipment, engine lathes, milling machines. This is the fundamental to the trade to be really efficient and be really a master level on the CNC machines, you need to learn the manual machines first. A lot of colleges and educational institutions have lost that focus, and I've been pressured in many times to get rid of all the manual machines in this shop and replace it all with CNC. Had we done that, we wouldn't be giving the students the proper fundamentals to be successful in this trade.
Partnerships are crucial to preparing the next generation of students. I was interested in seeing how one of those partnerships has become special over the years between Hexagon and Fullerton College.
So I've had the opportunity to go out into the shop today and sort of walk the shop floor, and really I see the fundamentals that they're putting forth for these kids. But then they take it all the way up to more CNC related technologies. And Hexagon is, of course, right at the center of that with the metrology equipment.
Well, we're trying to get the training for the next basically generation of people that are out there manufacturing parts. They need the training, not just the hand tools, not just the basics. They need to be able to do those complex things, like this part might have a true position on it that might take a long time to measure with a hand tool, and you're not going to do it accurately and repeatably. And if I have hundreds of these, I want to maybe semi-automate that or fully automate that, just like you would a CNC.
Sure.
But being able to measure this on something hand might take you 30 minutes or an hour.
Sure.
It might take me 30 seconds with this.
Well, let's give it a shot.
You want to go for it?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay. So grab it, and there's a couple buttons on near where your thumb would go.
Okay, I see.
And so on the bottom, you're just going to push down twice. So what that does, that opens up your button window. And this is actually what the buttons look like on there on the marble scan. So you want to scan, so you say scan group. Another left, scan surface. And then just push the center button to turn on the lasers. And then you notice you're already scanning. So you see multiple lasers here picking up the part. And you can rotate this.
Is each of these lines in the mesh sort of a laser, or?
They're picking up data. Every single line is actually picking up data. So you've almost got that entire side of that part just by holding it still.
So I pretty much have a digital twin of this workpiece part.
Yep.
I think I have the whole thing. So now what do I do to?
Push the center button, turn off the lasers, push down twice, and say stop and finish, which is left. You're done.
Boom.
Yep.
So, it's probably a pretty fulfilling part of your job to be able to not just be out there in industry, but then to come into the classroom and to help sort of the next generation of workforce in manufacturing.
And to see that it is fun for them as well.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, and it's a great way to make a living.
Education is powerful, but only if it moves beyond theory and becomes something real. At Fullerton, the results are not hypothetical. They are people, graduates who have carried this experience into aerospace, manufacturing, metrology labs, and beyond. At Fullerton College, two very different programs share a common core: digitization. Whether building the next generation of manufacturers or training tomorrow's forensic experts, technology is the bridge to opportunity, and visibility is the key to closing the labor gap.
Our goal really is to transform the lives of students while they're here, so they understand that their future is all about working in a digital world. And that digital world can move from sector to sector. And if you really dig in deep, there's a common thread across sectors like manufacturing and crime scene analysis. And a company like Hexagon has really taught me and taught my instructors how to really instill that vision in our students.
You mentioned sort of this digital approach to things, and it's interesting to me because one of the things that I observed today is, in both cases, in the forensics lab and in the manufacturing lab, it really does start with the fundamentals. So while the goal is to take them to the digital future, they start in the machine shop, because they're going to go to a manufacturing environment probably where they can bring the inspiration. They're going to have to work on, legacy equipment in probably both cases, right?
Yes. So the goal is to get the students started so they understand the concepts, but then quickly bridge them over to working in that on the digital side of their industry. We're always learning from others. The industry really teaches us quite a bit. Sure. And I will always say back to the industry, you probably really don't realize who your collaborative partners are. So you could go, you might be a manufacturer and there might be a hospital down the street. Trust me, you can learn a lot from that hospital.
Sure.